DallasCowboysBreaks.com.
Matthew, I'm pulling my hair out on this one. This has got to be one of the most difficult games of the year, let alone the week, to predict. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Both teams, 7-6, are not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs with a loss here, but if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive and strong, both these teams are desperate for a win.
I totally agree with you, Bob. These are two teams that, in both of our minds, are so evenly matched. They are, obviously they have the same record.
Yeah.
They're very much in the same position too. Obviously, Pittsburgh has a really good shot if they win to get that wild card. If they can't catch Baltimore, but the Cowboys, it's the division. It's the division or bust for them. Now that the Giants have come back to the pack a little bit, they're only a game behind. They need to keep that pressure on New York, so they need this game just as much as the Steelers need it as well.
Yeah, and going in and trying to make my prediction, I'm gonna go with the mindset of history repeating itself. In recent history, the Pittsburgh Steelers and their veteran leadership and their superb coaching have showed up and played extremely well in big games and meaningful games. And just the opposite is true of the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys, the best things you can say about them over the last 4 or 5 years is their ability to put up points and compete at a high level in the regular season. But once that regular season starts to wind down and you start to really look at the playoff picture, that's when they falter. That's when the locker room crumbles, which we actually got a little taste of a few days ago with the explosion and the butting heads with Jerry Jones and his player in the locker room. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and, for that reason and more, go with Pittsburgh in this one.
Yeah, Bob, and I went back and forth on this one. I went back and forth a lot. I really like what Dallas showed me last week. Going to Cincinnati with those heavy hearts, having experienced that tragedy firsthand there. They came out and they struggled a little bit. But when the going got tough, they came back. They fought back, and they won that game, 20-19. I think that does wonders for that locker room. I really do. They're at home this week, playing in front of those home fans. That's just going to lift them up even more. I like this back and forth tennis match going on here in this game. But there's just something about Dallas. There's something about Dallas that I see in this game. Des Bryant with a broken finger saying, no, I'm going to play. They're going to have to drag me off of that field to play. That's what I like to see. And you don't see it very often with the younger players anymore now. But it is awesome. It is great to see. It's refreshing to see in the NFL. I like Dallas. I like their heart. I like their conviction in this game. I think they beat the Steelers, and they stay alive for that NFC East championship.
There is a lot to be said for heart. I will give you that. But it can only take you so far. I think Pittsburgh right now is at a point where their running game is finding itself, hitting its stride. I believe that Ben Roethlisberger will show up and be the Ben Roethlisberger that he usually shows up and is. Hard to bring down, makes the tough passes, and seems to keep his team in the game almost every single game. And for that reason, I'm going to have to go ahead and go with the Steelers. I disagree with you on this one, Matthew.
I think we can agree on this, Bob. We agree to disagree.
Yeah, we do agree to disagree. I say Steelers, he says Cowboys. I'll probably be right, but that's neither here nor there.
Go Stars.
BobsBreaks.com.